Hello, welcome to the Audience Radio Show with your host Camilla.
Dopebra with Stranger People, but more on that in a minute. Welcome to another edition of the Audience Radio Show. I'm your host, Camilla, and it's a joy to be with you because today on the show I've got some really cool stuff coming up, including an interview with Amelia Murray, aka Phaser Days, who's creating a bit of a buzz right now, as well as chatting to Rob Vegas. He was on the X Factor once, and we're finding out a little bit about who he is, what he's been doing, and why he's relevant to the audience this week. Of course, we'll count down the chart as voted for by you at theaudience.co.nz, and we're nearing the end of the month too, which means in a little over a week we'll announce the winner of this month's wildcard funding grant. So keep your votes coming in and lend your support to your favourite audience band. You never know, it could make the difference between them winning the funding or not. Now, we started off the show with Dopebra. That song, Stranger People's video, has just been released, and let me tell you, it is a visual confection. It stars themselves with a cutesy Japanese anime theme, and it's been produced by Candlelit Pictures and directed by Thunderlips. It's generating a lot of interest. Right now, they're being promoted as New Zealand's next big thing. And we've been playing them since the very beginning on The Audience. I'd just like to mention that. So congratulations, guys. You can check out the video at theaudience.co.nz, and that was Dopra, Stranger People. Up next, it's a new track discovered by our curator, Lucas. It's Miniatures with Once Alive Once. Miniatures with Once Alive Once. That feels a little bit like a tongue twister. It's new to theaudience.co.nz. Starting off this week's chart, first though, a refresher. Do you remember last week's number one? That's right, it was Winston Anthony with Your City remix featuring 5A Conflict, Sid Diamond and Devilo. It's time to kick things off. Here's number 10. It's 16-year-old Blenheim-based artist October with her covers of Riders on the Storm, which we'll play in full a little later.
This week's number 10.
Like a dog without a bone and an actor out alone, riders on the storm.
Here's your number 9.
I think of you
go. That's Tara Flace in at number 9 with Swear Your Love's For Me. Up next at number 8, Gabrielle Gilbert with We Will Last.
This week's number 8.
Yeah, baby, I know we will last. I know we will last. I know we will last. Playing on the street, life's not guaranteed, but at least I can say I'll play with love.
Gabrielle Gilbert, We Will Last, as promised with her brand new cover of Riders on the Storm. It's October, who was also this week's number 10.
Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone and an actor out alone. Riders on the storm. Killer on the road, his brain is squirming like a toad. Take a long holiday, let your children play. If you give this man a ride, sweet memory will die. Killer on the road.
This is the Audience Radio Show.
That was October with Riders on the Storm. Still to come, I'll catch up with Auckland songwriter Phaser Days and chat to Rob Vegas. But right now, a new one on the show. This is 19-year-old Wellington-based producer Tough Love with City Lights.
This is the Audience Radio Show with Camilla.
Joining us now on the couch in the bunker, we have Amelia Murray, who you might recognise as being Phaser Days, and she's here to tell us a little bit about herself. Hi, welcome.
Hey, thanks.
So, tell us, you were originally from Wellington, and you've moved up to Auckland. How long have you been in Auckland for now?
2.5 years now.
And you're studying. You came up to study music.
Yeah, so I'm 2.5 years through my degree now. So half a year left, and then I'm finished.
And
hopefully,
woo,
if I
you're
pass, yeah, if I pass everything.
When did you start making music?
I started playing guitar when I was about 13 or 14.
Right. Was that through school, or you took an interest in it?
I just took an interest in it, and like my dad had one lying around the house, and I just picked it up and started playing a lot. And then I think when I was about 16, I saw a lot of bands play at my school, and then I just thought maybe I should start a band, and I got some of like my girlfriends together. We were called the Tangle. It was cool for like an all-girl band. It kind of really worked. And
The Tangle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just knotty hair.
yeah, pretty much.
And what were your first songs called? Sometimes I'm looking for
Oh,
something. There's got to be
no.
something shameful in there. You
Oh,
can't
yeah.
be cool all the time, Amelia.
No, we had this song called The Crimson Blues, and it was about being a girl. And all the songs are really quite silly, but quite feminine as well, which is cool.
So when did you decide to do your own thing and make it more of a serious career choice and study music? I mean, that's a big leap of faith there that you're going to be doing music.
I
and
know, right?
Invest in it.
I think I was trying to look at other degrees, to be honest. I was really trying to convince myself maybe I should do something kind of, I don't know, like a Bachelor of Science or Arts or something like that. But I just couldn't really talk myself into it.
Yeah,
I just couldn't put my heart into something that I just wasn't into. Music seemed like the easiest way to get a degree, and it has been the most fun degree I could have picked, and it's just been a lot of fun.
So you packed up your guitar and you moved to Auckland and you're studying music.
Yeah.
What does that mean for you being a student as well as trying to get your music out there at the same time?
It's
And
busy.
work on music.
Yeah, it's really busy. But I mean, I can't really complain. I'm doing the perfect degree to work alongside what I want to be doing in my music world as well. So it definitely works. Like a lot of the assignments we get given really benefit for Phaser Days.
Right.
And yeah.
So have you done very many live shows yet?
As Phaser Days, no. I did a few solo shows, but that's not actually how it's meant to be presented.
Okay.
So I've only just recently got a band together.
Right, that's my
And-
next question.
Yeah.
So tell us about the band.
So it's just a 3-piece, which is quite cool. Like it's really nice. Every part has to be it just has to be arranged really well for it to work as a 3-piece. And so I've got this lady called Andrea Holmes on drums, and she's a great drummer. And then Gareth Thomas on bass. He plays in Good Shit.
In good shit, yes.
Yeah.
Right. Wow, that's quite amazing.
Yeah.
And so you are solely in charge of everything, and they do as you say?
Well, I write the songs, and then we kind of, I often demo them up,
Right.
and then they listen to it, and they kind of, I've picked them because they play the way I want them to play. I don't have to tell them to play anything. They just naturally play the way I like.
Yeah,
The
they've
piece-
got that
the
innate
parts.
sense of what Phaser Days is about and how to translate that.
Totally, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the EP that you're working on at the moment. Have you got all the tracks done, or
I haven't got all the tracks done, no, but I've got.
that's exciting.
I've got all this. I've got more than enough songs. I think just over my university break, I'm just gonna record them all over the break and pick probably my best 5 or something like that, or the most cohesive 5 songs.
Whereabouts are you recording? Have you sorted that yet?
Oh, just in my bedroom.
Well, that's where often the best recordings are
Yeah.
coming from, especially as a starting point.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's my first EP, and like I don't want to be too precious
No.
about it. I just want to kind of get it done and learn from it.
Yep,
Yeah.
fair enough. And so response so far has been pretty positive. You've been getting a lot of feedback, I take it. What's the most exciting thing been so far? And you're
I
still
don't know.
early days.
It's so early. Probably just hearing my song on the radio.
Yeah.
I think that's just really crazy because I just listened, like as a kid I listened to the radio intensively, like religiously I listened
Yeah.
to the radio, and so now it's quite strange to be in the car and then be like, I know this song, and then it's me, and I'm like, what? And I like get this feeling of being like super excited but super anxious. It's like, it's so crazy. So it feels really weird to
Well,
hear
there'll be
myself.
other people listening to the radio, possibly like teenagers, just feeling quite inspired by hearing your stuff and then
That'd be
finding
cool.
out that you're a New Zealander
That's
and that you're just
cool.
starting out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melia. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Phaser Days, Tired of Waiting, a brilliant song by a clever little artist. In a moment, we'll continue with the chart, but it's time for a couple of new discoveries worthy of note. This is Snapback with Get Down with the Crowd.
Got nothing on my mind except for problems. I try and leave them behind, but I can't stop them. Is this business? Are you witness to this bullshit? I've met dickheads before, ones with big mouths. They leave my ears ringing sore and stop me leaving my house. Is this the easy way out? Must I get down with the crowd? Is this what people do? They have to pretend. Get down, stay down. Time you're racing away from me. tracks. This the easy way out? Must I get down with the crowd? This what people do. They have to pretend. Get down, stay down. This the easy way out? Must I get down with the crowd? This what people do. They have to pretend. Get down, stay down.
That's a band called Them Crazy Baldheads with I Wish I Had Big Lips. If you like them, you can vote for them on theaudience.co.nz. On with the chart, here's your number 7. It's Kulus with Drowned.
Number 7. This week's number 6.
All I see is white light, white light, white light. It's all I breathe, and nothing can touch me.
That's Sexy with White Light in at 6. Up next, Curtis Casey at 5 with Addict, which will play in full shortly.
Here's your number 5.
The OG baby thug. When I was 10, I was gripping the competition, doing hits for my kicks just to feed my addiction. Had a bed reserved at the emergency ward. I was overdosing just cause I was bored.
Number 4.
You show love, we get mad at each other's weather. Once you made it, we ain't riding triggers. Fitty and a rap for the click. Back with the raps and a rack at the flip. Back with the tracks with the best in the mix. Taking regular pics to the next to your bitch.
Down from number 1 last week. That's number 4. It's quite a tumble this close to the end of the month and the competition too. That was Winston Anthony with Your City Remix, which means there's a new number 1 in town this week. As promised, here's your 6 in full. It's Saxy with White Light.
Everything that I want just turns into ice. Whenever I touch it, it breaks into my hands. And then the water runs, 'cause it melts in the sun. But I keep walking on, even when I'm alone. All I see is white light, white light, white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. It's all I breathe, and nothing can touch me. Watching my footsteps as I learn to run. But whenever I get pushed over, I collapse into bones. Then my skin begins to show, but my face is still unknown. But I keep walking on, even when I'm alone. All I see is white light, white light, white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. It's all I breathe, and nothing can touch me. Standing and walking through the lonely crowd, hoping it will just lead to me looking up and staring out. All I see is white light. All I breathe is white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. All I see is white light, white light, white light. It's all I breathe, and nothing can touch me. And nothing can touch me.
Joining me on the line now, all the way from Sydney, which sounds very exotic, we've got Rob Vegas, originally from, was it Lower or Upper Hutt? Sorry, Rob.
It's Upper Hutt, but a little bit of both. I spent plenty of time in both those towns, so represent.
Oh, you've been in Sydney for about 2 years now. So what took you over there? Why did you decide to move to Sydney?
Oh, look, basically, I just wanted to expand my horizons on my music as well. Sort of really take what I've learned and experienced in New Zealand as a Kiwi artist and show the world and the rest of Australasia sort of where we come from and the way that we've developed as artists over in New Zealand as well. I think it's really important to be able to share that around, and obviously there's a lot of great opportunity here. Yeah, it's been really interesting also to watch New Zealand develop from Sydney because they've come leaps and bounds as well. Do
you feel like you're sort of missing out? Because there are like collectives and things that have popped up in the last couple of years and people collaborating a lot. Do you keep in touch with people back here doing that kind of thing?
I absolutely do keep in touch. Like, my ear is firmly to the ground, music that's going on in New Zealand, and I think a lot more people internationally are paying attention to New Zealand music now because of the infrastructure that we have from people like yourselves, like the audience. We've been very prepared for the new movements that have happened recently in the music industry for a long time now. So I feel like we have a very, well, for lack of a better term, I guess an advantage on getting a hold on what's been happening with piracy and so forth because we've been self-sufficient for so long. It's been a really interesting thing. But yeah, I certainly keep my ear to the ground on all the goings-on in terms of that, and I'm always working and looking for new Kiwi artists and artists in general, but, obviously you've got love for your home, so...
And it's special because New Zealand has a kind of cozy community with its singer-songwriters and producers and that kind of thing. Now, you've had a very interesting few years. There's a connection there with Guy Sebastian, and you went to New York. And tell us the Alicia Keys story.
Oh, right. So you might have heard of a little TV show called X Factor.
No.
So I did that, and we have one over here as well. And I did that with Guy, and and it was a great experience. Like for me to be able to sing for somebody that has been such a massive part of musical history in general for so long, to be able to sing for her was just incredible. She's such a beast in the best way. Yeah, it was crazy experience for me, and definitely something to tick off my bucket list, and just really very inspiring as well. Sort of to be in the presence of that company, just to sort of really firmly ground where you want to be as well. So, just all learning experiences for me. Obviously, I had my thing going on back home as well, but it's really all about growth, really. That's what my focus has been as an artist for the last 2 years.
So what's been going on with you over in Sydney? Has that connection with Guy Sebastian, and have you made connections that have helped you transition as an artist over there?
Well, I think it was a really good foot in the door in many respects. It's more of a word of mouth thing, I would say. At the end of the day, you can be sort of really as famous as you want to.
Now with Shoulda, Coulda, Wouldas, that's the single that we're about to play, where are you up to with releases and putting that on an album? Is it a teaser of what we're about to get from you?
Absolutely. Definitely some kind of prevision into what's to come. I definitely recommend everybody keep their eye out for Wilson. She's a great upcoming artist as well. He's also of Māori descent, so his dad's from New Zealand, and he's a really good friend of mine. So that sound is something that I've been working on for a long time now, and I've only just sort of been able to think to myself, well, look, I think it's time to actually start putting this out there. And to be honest with you, the day that I put it on the audience, it was very out of the blue. It was about 2 hours before, and I was like, you know what, look, I just feel like it's right. I'm going to actually just put the song on the audience today. I made up some artwork real quick. I had no expectation that it would skyrocket like that fast up the charts. I had no idea. I can't thank people enough for getting behind it, even at this stage.
So shall we check out your single? And you said you're coming back to our New Zealand shores soon, Rob Vegas.
Absolutely, for sure. I'll come in and say hello, Camilla.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Love to see you.
Right.
Okay, well, thanks so much for taking the time to chat to us. Enjoy Sydney. Go and get a goslemi from the Roselle markets. I miss them so much. And we'll check out... yeah, they're so young. Shoulda, Coulda, Wouldas right now by Rob Vegas. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.
No, you don't reply to sweet messages I send. I guess it hurts to be reminded of the man that I am. What we could have been, what we could have had. Knowing you, I'll be you. Just blame the phone in your hand. No, you don't see past your pain. You're so selfish like that. You're the only consistent factor in your self-punishment. I'm just another man. To you, it's so sad. Knowing you probably never heard a word that I say. Yeah, shoulda, coulda, wouldas at your front door. So tell me, how could you leave them standing out in the cold? You had shoulda, coulda, wouldas tying up your phone. Don't pretend you don't know who they're waiting there for.
Yeah. I should have told you how I could love you. Would that have made the difference, I wonder? I should have told you how I could love you. Would that have made the difference, I wonder? I wonder. Shoulda coulda woulda this for me. I wonder. I guess shoulda coulda woulda this for me. 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 For me. Shoulda coulda woulda this 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 for me. For me. For me. For me.
You're listening to The Audience Radio Show.
Sweet little seaside town, out of season. Go bury your demons now. No one's listening. Beautiful promenade, glorious esplanade. You shouldn't try so hard to compete. There's candy floss in your smile, your shimmering golden mile. I know it's been a while, but you're wonderful to me. Sweet little seaside town, in your former glory, abandoned pier and a theater show are waiting for me. But when your rain comes down, nobody is around. You shouldn't wear that frown, you're wonderful to me. There's candy floss in your smile, your shimmering golden mile. I know it's been a while, but you're wonderful to me. Ooh, chase me down through the sand dunes. Ooh, kiss me quick in the sea. Beautiful promenade, glorious esplanade.
The Pleasures of June there with Faded Seaside Town. We're up to number 3 on the chart. Here it is. It's Ghetto Sunrise with Good Time Girl.
Number 3. This week's number 2.
Which I'm actually going to withhold from you. No, I'm going to tell you, but I'm not actually going to play it because it's Rob Vegas with Shoulda, Coulda, Woulda, and we've actually just played that. It's worth noting as well that he finds Terence Trent D'Arby and Prince to be his greatest inspirations, which is awesome. And did you know that Prince is actually 58? I think 58. Quite old now, eh? Right, it's time for number 1, almost. Thanks to our guests Phaser Days and Rob Vegas, who we spoke to. He's in Ultimo in Sydney. Keep voting online at theaudience.co.nz because we're just a few days away from the end of the month. I'm Camilla. Here's your number 1. It's Drax Project with Real. See you next week.
This week's number 1.
when you call and I don't even answer, because I know that this feeling won't last forever. Bring it on through my head, it echoes, it echoes. I can't think of you any other way. This wheel has sent me spinning, spinning far away. 'Cause when I spin the wheel, time and space stand still. Take this chance on me. Let's do something real. 'Cause when I spin the wheel, time and space stand still. Take this chance on me. Let's do something waiting for you to call, but nothing seems to come, and I'm left here waiting. Empty room, blank walls, and nothing at all. I can't think of you any other way. This wheel has sent me spinning, spinning far away. 'Cause when I spin the wheel, time and space stand still. Take this chance on me. Let's do something real. 'Cause when I spin the wheel, time and space stand still. Take this chance on me. Let's do something real. Something, 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 something real. Something, something, something real. 'Cause when I spin the wheel, time and space stand still. Take this chance on me. Let's do something
You've been listening to the Audience Radio Show with Camilla. Till next time,